Welcome to Miss Matthews' Littlest Classroom. It's tutorial time. Today we're going to get our boom decks ready for publishing. Don't be alarmed, it just means that you can publish to your own library or make it public to sell or share. Let's get started. Today we're going to make this. It's the cover image for your deck. After we make this, we'll do most of our work in the details screen and publish. Step 1. The cover image. When designing the cover images, keep in mind that these are thumbnails, and we want them to be visually appealing but also readable. We will use a bold font, a screenshot of one of your cards, a logo if you have one, and an image of a tablet from a website that provides images that are free for commercial use. Just like the background images, I use PowerPoint for this. Open PowerPoint, go to File, and Create New Presentation. Highlight everything there and delete. Then go to File and Page Setup. Boom Learning cover images are squares. The dimensions are 300 pixels by 300 pixels. Just add px at the end and PowerPoint will convert it. Then click OK. I'm going to use the one that I built earlier that has my lined paper background already applied. First, we're going to add a banner. Go to Insert, Shapes, and select the Freeform tool. I like this one because it lets you define your own shape. I fill it with black as it anchors the viewer's eyes to this area. Next, we'll add another shape. I like to indicate what subject the deck is for. Go to Insert, Shapes, and select the pentagon. Next, we'll resize and rotate it. Then we fill the shape with one of my theme colors. Then change the outline color to no outline. Our next step is to add text. We're going to add the subject, title, and a subtitle. We do this by going to Insert, Text Box, and draw our text box. Go back to Home, and let's change our text color to white. Then change our font. I used AG Dry Shampoo. Add your text, then resize and change your font size to fit. For the subject and the other text element, I'm just going to copy and paste them. For the subject font, I use KG All of Me, and for the other text, I use AG Hangry. Then just resize them for the space. This part is optional, but if you plan on selling your decks, then you might want to invest in a logo. I have one I'm going to use. Go to Insert, Pictures, Picture from File. Then navigate to where you have it saved. As an aside, if you do want to get a logo made, you might want to check out Fiverr. There's digital artists that will make a good quality logo for under 10 bucks. Just saying. Then you just resize it. I find that many of the decks on Boom Learning are geared towards the little guys, so I added one more text box to say that it was made with those big kids in mind. You might want to add other information here that you think might attract other users. Next, we're going to add an image. Because boom decks are designed to be used digitally, an iPad or a tablet helps convey their use. So we're going to find a free one online. I like using Pixabay or Unsplash. Images on Pixabay are licensed under Creative Commons 0, which means you can use the images without asking for permission or giving credit to the artist, though it's always appreciated. When I searched earlier for the iPad, nothing came up until I signed in, so you might want to do that. I search for a white iPad. Scroll down till you find one you want to use. Select it, then click Free Download, and then Download again. This image is from Joshua Wilson, and you're more than welcome to send donations, but it's not mandatory, just appreciated. Our next step is to insert it. Go to Insert, Pictures, Pictures from File. Then go to your download folder and navigate to the file and click Insert. Then just resize and rotate. You might need to bring an element forward or backward to get the desired layered effect you want. Just select the element you want to bring to the front or back, then go to Picture Format, and then click on Bring Forward, or on the drop-down arrow to bring to front. Next, we're going to add a preview image of our deck. So now we're going back to Boom. Click on Preview, find the card you want to use and take a screenshot. To do that on a Mac, you click Shift-Command-4 On a PC, click Window, Shift, and S. I'll be needing two, so I'll do both now. Then let's go back to PowerPoint and insert the screenshots we just took. Go to Insert, Pictures, Picture from File, then navigate to where we saved it. Then just resize and rotate. You can add a black border by selecting the image, then Picture Border, and selecting black. Then you can change the width of the line by clicking Weight. I used 1.5. If you plan to sell your Boom task cards on a different site, it's a good idea to indicate to buyers that they are Boom task cards. You don't need to do this so much if you're just going to use them on Boom, as Boom users already know they're Boom cards. But I'll do this now while we're at it. Our final step is to save it as an image file. I prefer PNG, but JPEG will work too. Go to File, Export, then select the file type. Rename and select where you want to save it. Step 2, the details screen. The rest of what we need to do will be in Boom Learning. We're going to add the details to our Boom deck and publish it. Let's head over there and finish this up. To do this, we are going to click on Details. This screen has 4 tabs. On the first tab, the Grade tab, this is where we're going to add our cover image. Click on the blank cover image. Then click on Upload and navigate to where you have your cover image saved. Once it's uploaded, click on it to select it. Then we're going to give our deck a title. Select which grades it's best suited for, and then add in your keywords. I think it's important to note that this part is important. This is how people will find your Boom cards, so add as many keywords as you can think of. If you're planning to sell, then you'll need to add a price. Some things to think about when deciding how much is how long it took you to make them, if you purchased clip art or fonts for your deck, and try to be objective about the quality of your work. The Randomize card feature is nice. This will deter students from copying off each other and reduce memorizing responses in multiple plays. I'm not sure about flow magic yet, but if I figure out a way to use it, I'll let you know. This next feature, Cards Play, is nice. You can build a deck with 20 plus cards and select how many cards are shown in a given play. So if you select 15 per play, there'll be 5 cards they haven't seen that will be randomly shuffled in for the next time. In the next tab, the Subject tab, select which subject this is for. For this deck, this one is for math, so I'm just going to click on math. The About tab lets you describe the deck. Here you tell readers how many cards are in the deck, if you've added audio, and what students are being asked to do. You don't have to go overboard here because buyers have the option of previewing your deck. Then we're going to acknowledge any designer products that you've used, like clip art and fonts. I've used AG fonts and KG fonts. The last tab, TPT/Other, is where you will decide if you're going to private publish to your own library for use with your own class, or to sell to buyers on Boom Learning, or to also sell in other marketplaces like TPT, Ninja Plans, or Creative Fabrica, for example. If you don't plan on selling, you'll just click on the private publish and you're all done and ready to share with your class. If you want to make it public on Boom Learning, but you don't plan on selling in other marketplaces, you'd leave the checkbox blank next to List in Other Marketplaces and click Publish to Store. But if you plan on selling on Boom Learning and other marketplaces, you'll tick the box and click on Publish to Store. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. Remember to click subscribe if you want to be notified when I get my next video done. Happy planning, my friends!